All right. Yeah. I'm gonna up pot some pepper plants already started. I'm gonna take some more of this compost. I don't really like using compost all that much on like actual seed starting. But on something like this, the seeds are already started, so I don't think there's going to be any issue with it. I'm going to mix this with some of my actual potting mix, make it more of a rich. Anyway, so I'm just going to mix this together, break up some of the big junk. There we go. All right, so these are my pepper plants, some of them, not all of them. Carolina Reapers don't look big enough. Let's see, number 5, which is Devil's Rib. What a weird, this is all my peppers. I know I may have misspelled, who knows. Just a whole bunch of numbers, and I cut off an end so I would know this is one on it, and wrote just a few little things to kind of give my bearings so I didn't lose it. Devil's Rib. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, must have a good many of them. Probably should have washed these out, but oh well. I'm just gonna put some of the soil in. Pack it down just a little because I don't want tons of air pockets. Let's see. Just gonna grab it. See what comes out. That did not do what I wanted. I broke some of the roots on that one. Yeah, let's try to be more gentle. There we go. Look at that plug right there. Looks nice. It's starting to spin around a little, but the roots are still going straight down. Just get some of this. And all I do is put a finger in there. Yeah, just like that. There we go. And I put the plug in there. And then I put some more soil. And then I just firmly pack it in. I don't want to go too terribly hard. But I decided to use paint markers on this to actually get it to where I know what they are, because I've had too many times where I'm like, lose the little sticks. And I'm like, what is this? So that way, my kids, unless they knock over the plants, I won't lose what plant is what. Now, when I put it in the ground, that might be another story, but luckily I do a lot of my videos in my garden, so hopefully that'll help, and I'm planning on maybe doing something. I'll have to figure that out, because that was a problem last year. Alright, when up potting pepper plants, you see how they're hairy like this? They're kind of look like a tomato. They're in the same family, but they don't they don't put out roots all up and down the stem. They might put a little bit down here and there, just very few, if any, on the stem. Tomatoes, if you plant them up all the way up to here even, it would be happy with that, and it would just keep on putting roots on. But this, for what I understand, it'll actually kind of strangle the pepper plant. Now back to it. If you have any suggestions on how to keep up with hundreds of different plants, because I have 70, 80 different types of tomato at least. So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna keep up with all of those. All I'm doing is squishing the little tube on the bottom here. It seems to help it release it. Here in Dallas, it got really cold and my meter box decided to try to catch the house on fire. We didn't actually have any rolling blackouts here. Not that I'm aware of, at least. I didn't see any of my neighbors' power go out. But I sure did lose power because it tried to burn my house down. Had to turn off the power. Firefighters came out. They pretty much said that it was under control and didn't get into the wall. So they didn't have to break all the sheetrock out, which was nice. But we were out of power for 24 hours and it was the coldest night that it went off too. In Dallas, at the airport, I think it got down to -2 that night. Fahrenheit. I think that's something like -15 degrees Celsius. I may be wrong. I don't know what that was. That's gross smelling. Not quite broken down piece of compost right there. That's what that was. Alright, well, that's the devil's rib. I think it's going to be a pretty pepper, but I like writing the names on here. This is a paint pen, so it shouldn't disappear like the markers that I used years before. This tray actually has 200 cells. So if all of them stayed alive, it would be 200 pepper plants or 200 tomato plants. I would suggest trying to keep them peppers in one. If you can, keep spicy peppers in one versus your bell peppers and stuff, because the spicy ones sometimes can take longer to actually root. Not root. Spicy peppers can sometimes take a little longer to actually sprout, for what I've noticed. Like the Carolina Reapers, look at these little guys. They're really small right here. This right here is a purple cayenne, and they're like a lot taller than this. These are habanero, they're still short. This is a serrano, and it looks a bit like an inch taller than that. Same grow light, same everything, but you can see the difference in the heights because these took a while to sprout and they're slower growing. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, and y'all have a good one. Bye. Number 5 is devil's rib. I think that'll be what No, these are really tall. They probably need to be replanted. I think that's purple cayenne. Number 7, yeah, purple cayenne. No, I did not write that. I didn't think this through, did I?